Good afternoon, my dear students. How are you all? Hope everyone is fine over there. Well, students, do you remember our previous class? If you remember our previous class, we had learnt oviparous and viviparous animals, the definition, their examples, and we even went through the animals that do not take care of their babies as well. We can easily know the animals that take care of their babies, but in our previous class we had even discussed the animals that do not take care of their babies as well. And talking about today's topic, we are going to learn terrestrial animals and their characteristics. But before entering into the topic, I have written some of the new words of the chapter on the board. If you can see the first number, it's extinct. What do you mean by extinct? Extinct means now no longer in existence, okay? Now they are not there, they have already been disappeared. No longer in existence, that is extinct. Number 2, hooves. If you have noticed the foot of cows, buffaloes, then we can see the hard part on their foot. That hard part on the foot of animals, that is called hooves, okay? Similarly, moving on to third number, that is prey. I have written prey over here. Prey means the animals or birds that is hunted or killed by other animals for food is prey. Then number 4, it's claws. Claws means sharp, pointed, nails-like structure on the feet of animals, that is claws. Claws means sharp, pointed, nail-like structure on the foot of animals, that is claws. Okay. Then next is hump. We have learnt camel has hump on its back, isn't it? So hump means the raised part on the body of animals, it is hump. And then number 6, it's adhesive. What is adhesive? The sticky material. The sticky material is adhesive, that can easily stick, that is adhesive, okay? Well, now as I have already told you, we are going to learn terrestrial animals and their characteristics in today's class. Then what are terrestrial animals? The animals that live on land or on ground are called terrestrial animals. The animals that live on land or on ground are called terrestrial animals, whether they are domestic animals or wild animals, it doesn't matter, okay? They may be domestic animals or they may be wild animals. And we are going to discuss on their adaptational characteristics in today's class. But before going into their adaptational characteristics, let me clear out the meaning of some of the words for you. Like habitat. Do you know what is habitat? The place where animals live, grow and reproduce is called habitat. On the earth there are many animals and they are found in different kinds of habitats. Some of them, they live in forest, grassland, crop fields, bushes, rivers, oceans and so on. These are the habitats of animals. But the terrestrial habitat of the animal include forest, grassland, bushes, crop fields, snow mountains, etc. Okay? Animals need to survive in certain environment. They need to be adjusted in their habitat. So the ability of adjustment of the animals in its habitat is called adaptation. The animals, if they do not adapt in the certain environment, then they will start becoming extinct. They will slowly they will slowly be disappear from the earth. They will be extinct. As we have discussed here, extinct, it means no longer in existence. Now they are not there. So it's necessary for animals to adjust in the certain environment, and to get adjusted in the certain environment, they have some characteristics. Well, in today's class, we are going to learn terrestrial animals and their adaptational characteristics. Terrestrial animals, as I have already mentioned, they are the animals that live on land or on ground. They may be domestic or they may be wild animals. So, let's move on to the adaptational characteristics of terrestrial animals. What are adaptational characteristics again? Adaptational characteristics means those characteristics that help an animal to adjust in its environment, to adjust in its habitat is called adaptational characteristics. Now, let's move on to terrestrial animals. First one, that is herbivorous animals. Okay. Herbivorous animals are the animals that feed on leaves or plants. For example, cow, buffalo, goat, sheep, deer, rabbit, etc. These all are herbivorous animals. These animals, they feed on plants or on leaves. Then, talking about their adaptational characteristics, they have sharp front teeth. Their front teeth are sharp. For what? For cutting the leaves of plants, they have sharp front teeth. And next one is they have strong and broad inner teeth. Their inner teeth are strong as well as broad for grinding and chewing their food. First is they have sharp front teeth to cut the leaves of plants. And second is they have strong and broad inner teeth. Strong and broad inner teeth help them to grind and chew their food into smaller pieces. And then they also have long and strong legs to travel long distance in search of food. They need to search their food, right? So they have long and strong legs. For domestic animals, we human beings, we provide them food or we take them to graze nearby, but for other herbivorous animals, they have strong and long legs to travel long distance in search of food. In the similar way, they also have bilobed hoofs. They also have bilobed hoofs so that they can walk easily in hilly region. To walk easily in hilly region, they have bilobed hoofs. Bilobed means bi means two. Okay, so their hoofs as we have discussed here, hoofs is divided into two parts. So they have bilobed hoofs to walk easily in hilly region. And next is some of the animals like horses, zebras, they have non-lobed hoofs. They have non-lobed hoofs, that is their hoofs is not divided into any parts. Okay, like bilobed means divided into two parts, but non-lobed means it is not divided. Why? Because it helps them to run fast. It helps them to run fast. And we have also seen an elephant, isn't it? Elephant, it has a long trunk. It has a long trunk to catch the food, and strong teeth to grind and chew the twigs of plants, because it can easily break, its trunk can easily break even the branches of trees, so that to grind and to chew it has strong teeth. Similarly, talking about giraffes, they have long neck. Giraffes, they are the tallest animal as well, and they have long neck to pick up the food from tall plants, to pick up the leaves of very tall plants. They have long neck. So, these are the adaptational characteristics of herbivorous animals. Now, let us move on to carnivorous animals. What are carnivorous animals? The animals that feed on flesh of other animals are called carnivorous animals. They feed on flesh. For example, lion, tiger, leopard, cheetah, etc. These are the examples of carnivorous animals. And talking about their characteristics, first one is they have long and powerful legs for running. They have long and powerful legs for running. And second one, they have strong and pointed claws for catching their prey. They have strong and pointed claws for catching their prey. Claws, as I have mentioned earlier, it is the nail-like structure, sharp pointed nail-like structure on the feet of animals, okay, on the limbs of animals. So, they have sharp and pointed claws. And similarly, next point is they also have sharp and pointed canines, sharp and pointed teeth for tearing the flesh. To tear the flesh, their teeth are sharp and pointed. And also, they have strong grinding teeth to chew the bones. They have strong grinding teeth for chewing the bone. They have sharp pointed canines for tearing the flesh, whereas they have strong grinding teeth for grinding their food, that is for chewing the bones. Alright. In the similar way, let us move on to omnivorous animals. Omnivorous animals, the animals that feed both on plants as well as on flesh are called omnivorous animals. They eat both plants as well as, and the example includes we human beings ourselves. We eat green vegetables as well, and we even eat meat of animals, isn't it? So, human beings, fox, bear, dog, etc. These are the examples of omnivorous animals. Then, what is their adaptational characteristics? They have well developed teeth. They have well developed incisors as well as molars, that is front teeth as well as their back teeth, both are well developed for having their food, for chewing and tearing the food. So, very simple, it is just they have well developed incisors as well as molars for tearing and chewing their food. Okay. Now, rat, moles, squirrels, we have seen them also, right? These are also the terrestrial animals, they also live on land. What sort of adaptational characteristics do they have then? They have sharp and strong front teeth for cutting their food. Rat, they cut their food, isn't it? So, for cutting their food, they have sharp and strong front teeth. Also, now, camels, they live in desert. Desert is also terrestrial habitat. Camels, they live on land. And for camels to survive in the desert, they have hump on their back to store food. They have hump on their back to store food, and they also have special kind of tissues to store water. Hump to store food and special type of tissues to store water, okay. Since they are desert animals, they need to store water because desert is the place where there is shortage of water, isn't it? So, they store food and they store water. Also, they have strong legs with flat soles. Their legs are strong and they have flat soles to walk easily on sand. It is a sandy place, isn't it? So, to walk easily on sand, they have strong legs with flat soles. And it is also very hot place, desert, isn't it? So, to protect from heat, they have thick skin. They do also have thick skin to protect from heat of the sun. Well, are you getting me up to here? What did we discuss till now? We discussed definition of habitat, adaptation, adaptational characteristics, terrestrial animals along with the examples, and we also went through herbivorous animals, characteristics, carnivorous animals and the characteristics, omnivorous animals along with the characteristics and examples, and also we went through some of the animals like rat, mole, and also we discussed the adaptational characteristics of camel, elephant, giraffe, right? Now, let's move on to aerial animals. What sort of animals are called aerial animals? Note it down, okay? The animals that spend most of their time on the air, flying up in the air, are called aerial animals. Flying means the birds are included. All the birds, they are aerial animals. Then, what are their adaptational characteristics then? They have wings to fly in the air. First one. They have streamlined or board-shaped body. That is second one. And then they also have feathers. Their body is covered with feathers and their feathers are waterproof. That is, their feathers do not soak the water. Let me repeat it again. Aerial animals, they have streamlined or board-shaped body. They have wings to fly. The body is covered with feathers and the feathers are waterproof. Okay. Now, talking about the birds, there are also some other carnivorous birds also, like eagle, vulture, hawk. They are carnivorous animals. They feed on flesh, isn't it? They have strong and curved beak. Similarly, the birds like parrots also, they have a strong and curved beak for breaking the nuts and seeds of plants. Talking about the birds like pigeons, hens, they also have short and strong beak to feed on the grains. And the carnivorous birds, as I have talked just now, vulture, eagle, hawk, they do also have strong and powerful beak to catch their prey. They also have sharp and pointed claws. Like we had discussed in carnivorous animals, they also have sharp and pointed claws to catch their prey, to feed on their prey. They consume their food with the help of their beak. Understood? Carnivorous birds, their adaptational characteristics are somewhat similar to that of carnivorous animals, but the difference is birds, they have beaks. Okay. Now, moving on to next animals, that is arboreal animals. What sort of animals are arboreal animals? The animals that spend their time on trees are called arboreal animals. For example, monkeys, squirrels, baboons, etc. are the examples of arboreal animals. And their adaptational characteristics include, they have strong fingers to hold the branches of the trees, and they also have long tail. Squirrels, monkeys, they do also have long tails, and their limbs are stronger to jump from one tree to another. They spend most of their time on trees. Now, moving on to next categories of animals, that is insects. Okay, insects, they are the smallest animals, right? Like if we take the example of butterfly, dragonfly, honeybees, houseflies, they have wings to fly. Do they have wings to fly or not? Yes, we have seen them flying here and there. So, they fly with the help of their wings. They have wings to fly. And the insects like grasshoppers, they have legs to jump from here and there. Also, the insects, they also have jointed appendages to walk. Okay, they have a smaller type of legs to walk also. And now moving on to the animals that live in cold places like snow leopard, yaks. How do they survive in cold places? Can you say? Okay, snow leopards, yaks, they are the animals that are found in cold places. The body is covered with thick fur. To prevent them from cold, their body is covered with thick fur. And they also have special type of fats that help them to protect from extreme cold. To get protected from extreme cold, they also store special type of fats in their bodies. Now, finally, talking about the animals like wall lizards. What do they have that they can easily climb on the walls of our houses? They have adhesive pads on their digits. They have adhesive pads, that is adhesive, as I have talked earlier. Adhesive means sticky material. On their limbs, on their digits, they have sticky type of material, so that they can easily stick on the walls of our houses and they can walk easily, they can move easily. Can we walk on the walls like lizards do? No, we cannot, because they have adhesive pads, but we don't have. Well, we discussed now today in today's class we discussed on adaptational characteristics of terrestrial animals. Now, let us go for a short review. Okay. Habitat means the place where animals live, grow and reproduce is called habitat. Adaptation means the ability of adjustment of animals in their habitat is called adaptation. And adaptational characteristics means those characteristics that help an animal to adjust in their habitat are called adaptational characteristics. And talking about herbivorous animals, they have sharp front teeth. Also, they have strong and broad inner teeth. They have strong legs for traveling long distance. And we discussed some other points also. Similarly, carnivorous animals, they also have long and powerful legs for running. They have sharp and pointed claws for catching their prey. And they have sharp and pointed teeth for tearing the flesh, and so on. Omnivorous animals, their teeth are well developed. Then we discussed on animals like rat, moles, squirrels. Yes, they also have sharp and strong front teeth to cut their food. Then we talked about camels. Camels, they have hump on their back to store food, and they also have a special type of tissues to store water. They have flat their legs are strong with flat soles to walk easily on sand. Then we moved on to aerial animals. They have wings, their body is covered with feathers, that is waterproof, and they also have beak. Some of them they have short beak, some of them they have long beak, some have strong beak, but they all have beaks and they have wings to fly. The body is covered with feathers. Then we moved on to arboreal animals. The animals spend most of their time on trees. They have strong type of limbs. They have long fingers also to catch the branches of the trees, to hold the branches of the trees. Their tail is also long. And insects, some of them they have wings to fly, whereas some of them they have jointed appendages, that is jointed legs to walk. And we also discussed on the animals living in cold places. Their body is covered with thick fur. And finally, we went to wall lizards and so on. They have adhesive pads on their digit to climb easily on the wall. So, dear students, I hope today's class was very useful to you, and as your assignment you are going, let's write some of the adaptational characteristics of the animals that we discussed in today's class, like herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous, arboreal, aerial. Let's write adaptational characteristics of these 5 animals. Okay. Well, take care and stay safe everyone. Have a nice day. Thank you.